Well, hello, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a fun video. I have some products that I want to try that need okay. I'm already feeling this off to a great start. I have products on hand that I'm not sure about, or things that I am thinking of decluttering or on the chopping block, if you will. And I just think that some of this stuff needs a second chance. Most of these products are things that I've been thinking about decluttering, as I mentioned, and I just want to make, give them that second chance, make that final opinion. But there's also in areas where I don't really have something like that, I'm going to include something that has it's been a while since I've used it, and I think this is just a good opportunity to use it. So I'm not gonna put on primer today because I know how I feel about all my primers, and I want to give the foundation I'm using today its best shot. The catalyst for this video is the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. I have it in the shade 8Y. I have used it on its own once, and I've mixed it in a couple of times with other things, and that way it's been fine. But I really want to formulate my final thoughts on this because I don't remember liking it. So we're gonna try this out today. The concealer is the Fenty Beauty Concealer. I'm nearly done with the foundation, and I used this once last year, and I don't know what I think about it. For blush, I have a couple of things. I think I'm gonna use the Merit blush on my cheeks. I don't hate it, but it's been a while, so that one is, we'll see. But for bronzer, I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta. I don't know if this can actually be used as bronzer because it is, it's really red. But there is the powder that's more golden. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna use the Merit. I'm gonna use this as the blush and then this is the bronzer because I'm really leery of using this one as a bronzer. And it's red enough where I think it could be a good blush. And I did say, a recent video, or in my blush ranking video, this was basically the last place other than my Hourglass blushes. And I said it was because of the color, and if I can't make this work as blush and bronzer, there's no reason to keep this, and it's in good enough condition. I could sell it or give it to a friend. I think I have somebody in mind who could use that. So there's that. And then for eyebrows, I have technically decluttered the e.l.f. Wow Brow, but I still have it around and I want to see if I can make it work. And so what I'm thinking about doing is actually mixing it with the Patrick Ta brow wax. If I mixed it with something like this, what could I, finish this up? This is a combination that I'm interested in trying. If not, I actually think this is gonna have to go in the garbage, and it's actually looking really dry. So we'll see if I could even salvage this. I'm glad I'm trying this out, honestly. One of the stars of the show is this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Oyster Pearl. Now, I objectively think this is a nice color. I really, I love it. I think it's beautiful, truly. But every time it goes on my eyes, I hate it. There has not been a time where I've worn it and liked it. So this is Judgment Day for this, and it's new enough where I could sell it or give it to a friend. Again, I think I have somebody in mind who would like this product. So I am most interested in making this work. So these are the two products I am most interested in. I have a vested interest in figuring these things out. Let's start. So I do not have primer on today because I want to give the foundation its best shot of working. Here is the state of the skin today. It's very red. I do have my SPF on. So here we go. And also, just a side note, We never apologize for the way our skin looks on this channel because it's skin. It looks the way it's gonna look. So here it is. Here's the foundation. It's very light and very thick. Like it's a very thick formula, which part of the reason why I didn't like it is because it's so thick but doesn't have the coverage to match. Like, you know, it has stiff peaks, really. I also feel like this shade is actually, it says it's yellow, it's an 8. It's called 8Y. I actually find this kind of pink. You know, my skin tone is on the yellow side. It just feels really pink, especially on the face. So let's give this a whirl. I'll bring it up close once I've blended this side. So I bought this foundation because I saw great reviews on it, but nobody that I watched quite had the scarring that I do. They all had more even complexions. This is actually not as bad as I remembered. Honestly, it's not as bad. However, it's very light coverage. Or sorry, it's more like a medium coverage. Like, okay, more specifically, it's on the lighter side of medium. It does give a very, very natural finish. On camera, it is appearing lighter than in person. The difference in person is not as stark. Like it is very natural. And so if you had a more even skin tone than me, I think that you would actually really like this foundation. It's just not providing the coverage that I would like. So right off the bat, I don't hate it. I think it's salvageable and it absolutely does not need to be decluttered because it's a bad formula. That is what I had in my mind going in. Like, I thought it was a shitty formula. And I, for whatever reason, remember it being patchy, which is not the case. This is genuinely a beautiful coverage. And if I had less redness, this would be, I think, a better choice for me. The texture of this foundation doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, why is it so thick and then gives you such medium coverage? So let's actually, I'm gonna take this concealer and I'm just gonna see if I put it like here, we have some scars. Can we build this up just a little bit more? Because actually, this is also why I wanted to try this foundation. I don't really have the memory of this or, you know, how it really worked. So this could just very well be the kind of foundation where you need to put a little coverage underneath. Okay, this concealer is too light to match with this. So we'll just let it be. Because it's not, like, you can kind of see that I've created a bit of a patch on my face with this concealer. So I'm just gonna let it hang. We'll now put this under the eyes. Just a little bit. I do have like red. My eyes are more so red than dark. Not the actually irises, but like under the eyes. So, well, I remember the concealer being full coverage. Let's now see if I can blend out this concealer. A little really goes a long way. So here's how we're looking without any powder. I think the under eyes actually look really beautiful. I don't know why I'm so surprised. I think I was just prepared to hate everything in this video. So now I am going to just do a light dusting of powder. This is all that's in the cap, I think we can see. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. Okay, so as the foundation has just, you know, sat there, it's really growing on me. I am so surprised. I'm now just going to do a very light dusting of this powder all over the face. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX powder. This is just to get down the initial shine. And then I'll add just a little bit more coverage with the NYX. One of the reasons why I like to do just a little bit of the loose powder first, especially when I want to build up the coverage of something, is because I can now swirl my brush across my face, and if there was tackiness, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm actually on a bit of a pressed powder hunt. My love with the NYX Stay Matte powder is now coming to an end. So I'm wondering what powders you guys like. What are your favorite pressed powders? From the drugstore, from Sephora? Let me know in the comments, because I feel like I haven't really been in the powder game, because I basically used this, and I have used the odd powder, but they've all just been like free samples. I did buy one from the drugstore last year, and that was just one, you know, like a CoverGirl powder. I haven't actively tried and looked for powders in a long time, like literally 3 years. So I'm very curious. Now, time for bronzer. I am gonna use the powder. For this video, I wanted to try out some brushes that I've had, and I went looking for them because I keep like a second, like I have a main set of brushes that I keep here, but then I also have a second like backups or just extras that I have elsewhere, and I thought that they were in my closet, but they're not, and I can't find them anywhere. It's so strange. So I had some brush things I wanted to do. Anyways, let's go in with the bronzer shade. Okay, so right off the bat, I really like this color. I took way too much. And I have really been interested in super bronzy looks lately. Like, I just want to be bronzed to the gods, you know, bronzed to the heavens, if you will. That's what I want. I think this is a really great actual bronzing color, especially for somebody who has light skin. Funny enough, I have really been wanting to try a cream bronzer. So unlike me. I'm gonna go in with the top shade now. I have heard people talk about the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, not the powder one, the cream one, forever. And every time I heard somebody talk about it, I was like, no thanks, not for me. And then all of a sudden, one day, well, not one day, I just feel like I've been seeing a lot of people do cream bronzer looks, and they've just looked so beautiful on them with like a really nice foundation. So I kind of feel like I saw that so many times. I went, oh, I want a cream bronzer. I feel like that would be a formula that, you know, I don't have any cream bronzers. And so I heard somebody talk about the Charlotte Tilbury one, and every time somebody's talked about it, I've just kind of zoned out because I just knew that I wasn't interested in it. And then it was like all of a sudden, I just have this interest and I want to get it. So I might buy it with low buy bingo money. I don't think anytime soon. Probably maybe like in the summertime, like maybe July. Plus I think that would be a good time for that kind of product. Okay, have I not been putting on bronzer forever? Guys, my skin looks amazing. Okay, I'm gonna be one of those people who's looking in the viewfinder. I think I look cute as hell. I can't even believe that 5 minutes ago I was prepared to declutter those products. How dare I? How dare I? Okay, now let's go in with the eyebrow product of the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It is feeling hella dry, but I also have not used this product in a hot minute. I mean, it's not bad. It's just light. And I want my brows to pop. I love a face with a good brow. I'm the weirdo who compliments my partner's eyebrows all the time. I love a face with a good brow, mine included. And I feel like I have my best makeup looks when I'm having a good brow moment. And you can't have, in my opinion, a good brow moment when your brows are light. I'm gonna go wet my brush and I will be back. I have a strong feeling I put too much. Here's to... Okay, it's definitely too wet. I feel like it's now like wiped off the other gel I had. Okay, let's go for this side. I did dry out the compact a little bit, but it's still actually looking pretty wet. It does look more bold than before. It seems like a little darker, I think is what I mean. This is feeling like, oh God. Okay, this tail is just looking really chunky. Look at that. I think it just needs to be plucked. Like this one is a little bit slimmer and that one is just chunky. So I think she just needs a little attention. Okay, it's not horrible. I think it looks fine. So the e.l.f. Wow Brow is, I think it's usable. Let's do a little bit of highlight while I let that marinate. I'm going to be using Double Gleam from MAC. I have been using my Hourglass highlight exclusively for the last 4 months and I have not used a single other highlight. So here's to a little bit more of a highlighted action. I keep tossing and turning as to whether I want to declutter this, but I think it looks fine. Okay, just looking cute. Now let's go to what probably terrifies me the most. This. I keep thinking I want to set down a base. Like maybe putting in some mattes. This should be a one and done look. Maybe I'll put like a shimmer on top. So we're gonna try and make this work as a one shadow look. As boring as that is. And I was really, man, I really wanted another brush because I have others that are good for these kinds of looks. Like when it comes to creamy shadows, brushes like this are typically not the play, but then I also only have like other brushes like this that are more good for, you know, like a pat. So we'll try them. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this. Okay, it's definitely looking patchy near the top. Let's see if I can blend this. Okay, have I now built it up too much? I feel like I have now put too much. Okay, I'm gonna take this color right there. Okay, I think that looks better. I totally brought it up too high, which is my fault and not the product's fault. But so far, I'm actually really loving this. Is this going well? So my favorite mascara combo has been the Merit. This has been amazing as a base. This is the first high-end mascara I'm actually considering purchasing because it really is holding in the curl. Like maybe if there was a Sephora sale or something, I don't think they have a mini, I would probably consider purchasing this, but I'm too cheap. So for now, no. Don't like the Essence Lash Princess, but it's what I got, so we're gonna use those two. Going to tightline and add in my inner corner, a little sparkle, and then I'll wait till the end to do my lips. So I'll just be back and I'll be back now. We're back. The mascara is on, the liner is all there. I'm feeling very cute. This is a very different color for me. I'm also feeling overall very bronzy. So this is just quite interesting. So the lipstick I'm gonna play with today is Patisserie from MAC. I don't know if it quite goes, but I've been thinking of all of the MAC lipsticks. I feel like I could let this one go. It's definitely not the shade for this look. It's quite pink. Okay, I'm gonna take it off. It's messing with things too much for me. I'm thinking maybe, well, what I have on is just cool toned, and I don't really have any cool tone lips. We're just gonna go with the classic, the staple, Becca Sugar. I feel like everything right now, like everything else is too warm. Just what I have on hand. Okay, so here's the final look. The lips, they're not fully right, but like it is what it is, you know. We'll just leave it there. Let's have a review of the products, shall we? My favorite products of the whole video, the Patrick Ta. I cannot believe I ever even, like, it crossed my mind that this should be a declutter. Why? I genuinely don't understand. I think that this makes a really beautiful blush, and I have faith, you know, I have some faith that I could, or at least I have the confidence to try it, you know, around like as a bronzer. And if it doesn't look good and it's too red, it's fine. But this video today gave me that extra little belief. So this product is a smash hit. Amazing. It now ranks higher than the Merit Blush. The other big surprise of the video for me was the Best Skin Ever foundation. I mean, it's not a favorite, and I don't think it ever would be a favorite for me just because of my skin needs. Like, I typically want more coverage just because I have so much scarring, but if you don't have as much, even if you have an oilier skin type, I think that this is a really beautiful, natural looking foundation. I am very surprised. And now that I'm, you know, I have all my makeup on, I did, you know, rub some off here with the eyebrow situation, but it just looks very natural. And some of the issues I was having were mostly like here, like on my cheeks, because, you know, I have other products on there, you know, blush and bronzer. They're not as noticeable, so I think it looks fine. So yay for this. The other standout product is the eyes to mesmerize. I can't believe I hated this. I think this is the type of product that when I see it, I remember what I have thought about it before, opposed to actually what the results have been, because I must have worn this at some point and liked it. Otherwise, wouldn't I have just decluttered it? I kind of love the absolute crap out of this. Just look at that color. It's very dimensional. I do think that this is going to be extra good for me now that we're heading into summer. This is like a bronzier shade, and I think that's just going to look better come summer. The e.l.f. Wow Brow, it's wearable, but I can't say that I love it. And what made this really work was the Patrick Ta that added a little bit of tint to it. So I'm not really, this was just disappointing. So that's a declutter. I was also pleasantly surprised by the concealer. This is one of those times where you try out products expecting to hate them, and then everything kind of works, which how often does that happen? So I don't think anything is going to be decluttered from this video. I still feel torn about the Wow Brow. That's the video. I hope you had some fun just trying out some makeup on the chopping block, and only one thing is going this time. Everything else I'm keeping. Everything else was just a pleasant surprise. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about these products and this look. Last time I did this, I decluttered some things and y'all weren't here for it because you guys actually liked the Huda palette when I didn't. So anyways, let me know your thoughts, all of them, in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you'll come back and hang out with me again soon. Bye.